Mhm. Yep. Someone's coming.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the TakeOver Racing League for season number 3, the opening round to what was a very entertaining championship last year, and we're back underway with a brand new season. I am Zach RC as always in the booth, and today I'm proud to welcome another commentator into the booth, my co-commentator Paris T32. How you doing, mate?
Not bad, thank you, Zach. How are you?
I'm doing good, looking forward to getting personally my first full season of commentating over the Racing League underway. Of course, you've made the switch from the booth, sorry, from the driver's seat to the booth. So, we'll hopefully be able to get some insight from you over the course of this session. So we'll jump right into qualifying here. We've got Steph Felicius out on an outlap in the Red Bull. What do you make of Steph Felicius as a driver? Do you reckon he'll do well in this session?
I hope so for Steph. He's had a rough season in season 2, but he saw in season 1 he can be good. He got many podiums in season 1.
All right,
he's a good driver and a good friend.
All right, we'll have to see how well he does in this session then. So, a lot of drivers making their way out onto the track. JTO40 making his full-time return to the TakeOver Racing League. He did very well in the closing race of last season at Monza, in which, of course, the championship was decided. The Season 1 champion, Paris, you know all too well about this guy. Lost out to him in Season 1. I'm going to assume that still hurts. Do you reckon he'll be able to have the same sort of edge that he did in that first season that won him the title?
I think so. He's still got it. He's shown it last season. He's definitely a sharp fighter.
Fair enough. All right. Well, he's on his outlap now, so we'll have to wait for this one just at some point for someone to come around. It looks like Steph Felicius is making his way around for this first time lap, so we're going to try and follow along with him as much as we can for the start of this lap. So here we go now towards turn number 1. Needs to be taken very tight into that first corner, trying to hit the apex as much as you can. He's gone a bit wide there on the exit. He's got AXR Mitch and the Haas coming out just in front of him. So
Slipstream.
He's going to have to get. He might probably have to get in the way because of blue flags and that. Right, towards Eau Rouge or Radion, whichever one you want to call it. Up the hill very nicely indeed. Almost lost control of the car, but managed to hold on to it. Not too squirrely out of the corner. Down the DRS straight he comes. And a DRS straight is a DRS straight.
Going up to about top speed down here.
Yep, here he comes towards the right-hander. Over the curbs there, nice and smooth, very good driving. And that's a pretty good first sector.
Very neat and tidy from Steph there. That can't be a bad lap.
Through the right-hander he comes. And back straight into another sweeping left. I've forgotten what number corner we're at. Although I was never counting anyway. Towards this next left-hander, he's going to be very careful not to get on the curbs because you can spin out very easily. He came closer, and that's just about the right amount of distance you want to get between yourself and those two curbs. We've already got BJ Van Leeuwen who's left the session, so it looks like he'll be starting from the back unless someone else also leaves the session. We went a bit wide there on the exit of the right-hander, sorry, the left-hander into the right, and he's coming towards the start of sector number 3, which is taken almost flat out. Very fast is sector 3. Here he comes now. I reckon we'll be able to see a decent time out of him here. The yellow flags are out, but I assume that's just blue flags for one of the Alpha Tauris letting the Mercedes through. So here we come now to the last couple of corners here. Through the final chicane, we'll be taking that nice and clean. Staying away from the curb in the first curb and then just getting on it in the last bit. And towards the line, we're looking at about a 1:44.2. So not too bad a first lap.
Yeah, it's not too bad a lap, but I think Steph can improve on that.
That's it,
alright. He knows he can as well.
And there we go, his own teammate Thoron improving on that time of 1:42.9. So Steph Felicius is quite way off the pace, to be honest. And here comes Jonkin once again in the Mercedes. He's taken a 1:43, so he's sandwiched himself right in the middle of those two.
The Red Bull sandwich with a Mercedes in it.
Yep.
Seen that quite often this season as well.
Indeed we have. Here comes Smoking Cheese. Now he's on his outlap Of course, the reigning Drivers' Champion. Do you reckon he'll have a good chance at defending his title this season?
I think so. If he keeps it consistent, that's the key to winning the title, and he had that last season.
Of course, although the victories definitely did play in his favour. Of course, he won the title on victory. C110P fan just about lost out due to that. Of course, C110P fan now with the Aston Martin team for this season. Do you reckon he'll have another decent shot at the title? 'Cause, I mean, we've got a lot of good drivers here.
I do. He got loads of podiums last season, and I can see him doing the same again.
He's warming up the tyres there, going through Sector 3 on that outlap. JT040 set his time a 1:43.0, so that shoves him on the front row, just behind Felron. Very close between the top three. Yep, pretty close.
Good.
Currently, we've now got 7 drivers who have set laps. Here comes Elusive Ice over the line, and that's a pole time, 1:42.5 in the Williams. Nice stuff there.
Clear.
That was incredible. We didn't see much of the lap. I suppose that we have to be one of those mystical laps that always remains unseen. But pole time there, very nice.
That's a very good lap.
I think Dean is about to go out on his outlap in the Ferrari. Of course, he's changed over to Ferrari from McLaren this season. He's been replaced over there by FG Alex, and his teammate Touch Me Pope is out on his first lap. Of course, we talked about him before we started this stream. He's definitely a very good title threat.
Indeed, I think he is a contender for the title.
He won the.
He's shown great pace. He won 4 in a row last season, didn't he? Was it 3 in a row?
3 in a row. He won the final 3 races, so he's currently on a streak.
Oh, he backed out.
That's just let fan through. Although he's also on a lap, so he didn't have to. He didn't have to do that. I'm not sure why he did that.
Oh well.
He'll have another lap.
Yeah, he's got another one. We've got Alex in the last sector. He's coming up to the bus stop chicane now.
Oh, let's have a look at that. Here he comes through the bus stop.
Ooh,
does he make it?
Good.
Hit the 1:40s now. He's got to make.
Punched it.
He's missed pole, and that's 8th in the order. I'm gonna say it's very close between the top 10 so far.
It is very close. There's only 3/10 split in. Is it 3/10?
If I was
a second split in 4th to 9th. That's not bad.
If I was claustrophobic, I'd be getting scared.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that. Oh.
Cheese is making us up towards the bus stop chicane now. Here we come. Through the last corners and towards the line. Does he have enough to take pole?
He'll be hoping for a good lap here as well.
Is he going to take it? Ooh, 4th place.
Not
lap. Too bad. It's definitely a start.
Yeah, that's a good lap from him.
Slowing down there.
He'll be able to improve on that.
Hope's gone back into the pits.
Yeah, looks like he probably wasn't ever very happy with that lap.
I mean, he's unhappy to the point he didn't actually finish the lap. There's Iwardy in the Ferrari's making his way around. Of course, he was unlucky to lose out in the last race of the season thanks to a collision at turn 1, or a collision in the opening corners last season that put him out of the running for the title at Monza.
Yes, it was really unlucky. I mean, it wasn't his fault. He's just innocent.
Yep.
He's looking good.
One of the worst ways to lose the Drivers' Championship. He's making his way to the last corners now. I think this season will be all about redemption for him as he comes towards the line. It's P11.
Yeah, he's on mediums.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the mediums. We'll have a look at what tyres everyone's been running on so far. The majority of drivers are on the softs. Fan, Iwardy, Stephalicious, Punitive Shoe, and Touch Me Pope all running on the medium tyres as of now.
Is that C110 Fan on a hot lap now?
I believe he is. Yeah, here he comes through Sector 3. Do you reckon he'll be able to push himself up the order with those medium tyres on?
Well, we should be able to. It's a good strategy. It's good always to take a different strategy.
Sometimes the alternative strategy does pay off.
It does sometimes, especially if safety cars go your way.
Yep.
It can definitely pay off.
Oh, never mind. Never mind then. He's coming into the pits. That's the thing about live qualifying. You can never tell what's going through the driver's head.
Yeah. They'll do anything.
Cheese is currently on a lap. Although he's slowing up, we've caught him at the wrong time. Maybe now isn't the best time for the reigning champion.
We're in a bit of no man's land when everyone's on their second lap and they're out laps.
Oh, Jonkin Gaming's just started another lap. Oh, Stephalicious is spun it at turn 1.
Oh,
Steph,
no,
of course, set the very first time, and he's parked himself down at turn 1. Cause yeah, he set that first time at 1:44.2, And there goes Dinard just setting pole position.
Oh.
Never saw that one come in. Where on earth did he come from?
900s.
Jeez. 142.49. Very close up at the top. And that pushes Theron down to the second row, but he'll be wanting to change that as he starts on another flying lap. Exciting qualifying session this has turned out to be so far.
It is. We've had 3 people set pole and blistering times.
Yep.
I can only imagine we're here to see faster.
J240, he's currently on his out lap. Do you reckon he could potentially try and upset the top 3 and set the pole time?
I think he can. I think he's able to.
I think he's got a very good shot at it, personally.
Yeah, I do.
Here he comes.
He was the last winner of this race, wasn't he? So
I believe so, yeah. Well, I wasn't there for that. I assume it was a very exciting race. Thoron's just started sector 2. I think he's doing alright. Because we missed the split times as he went through the end of the first sector.
Gotta wait forever now.
Yep.
This track is so long.
It is one of the longer ones on the calendar. And
we haven't got many laps, have we today?
I suppose not. Just under 7 minutes left in the session. And it is currently still Dinard just on pole in the Ferrari. I reckon most likely he's going to pit this time because he's 6 seconds off the lap, and Theron's left the session.
Oh no, he was on a lap as well.
He was on a lap. What happened to him? Did he crash?
I think he's disconnected.
Oh. Well, luckily for him, he's still got.
He's gone back into the pits.
I think he just sends you right back to the pits if you disconnect. But
That is odd.
Regardless, he's still got a pretty good time to fall back on, at 142.9, which is half a second off the top time. I'll have a look at the gap between everyone. I would like to remind you that Optimash, Prime, in the Alfa Romeo, and Pope neither one of them have actually set times yet. I'm not sure what Pope's trying to pull here. I'm not sure if he's trying to pull a last to first just to try and prove his ability, but I mean, if he wants to do that, he can go right ahead and give it a go, give us a nice race, but I mean, he's on those mediums, so similar to what Fan was doing with the mediums earlier, the alternate strategy could pay off, but Fan is now on the soft tyres, and he's just starting a lap, I believe. Here he comes through sector 1.
Elron's Wi-Fi is just disconnected.
Oh.
So that's the reason he's had to go back, or he's gone back into the pits.
Well, that is
unlucky.
Yeah, that's extremely unfortunate. But sometimes
I've just seen Jonken. He's set a 42.8, so he's jumped up to 3rd ahead of Theron.
Jeez.
It's a very good lap for him. I believe Touch Me Pope will be going for track evolution. As the track gets faster throughout the session, he'll be hoping to go out at the end on mediums, set a good lap on mediums, start high up with a better strategy. Also better, it's good, just alternate.
Makes sense. Well, we've got you here, Paris. I would like to ask you. Obviously, you like we say, you've been a driver in this series for the last 2 seasons. Can you give us a little bit of insight of what it's like to be trying to run one of these qualifying laps, just trying to nail things over this course of one lap?
What I used to do was my first lap was always the banker lap. Well, Touch Me Pope's gone into the pits again.
Yep, in he goes in the McLaren.
Second lap, that was had to be your best lap, and your third lap you gain the momentum for your second lap and you just go for it, and that's the ultimate lap always. That's why you always see the best times coming at the end of sessions, because drivers are pushing to the max and getting the most out of the car and themselves.
Alright, well thank you for the insight, much appreciated. I'm sure our viewers will now understand a bit more what it's like to be setting one of these times. And speaking of times, Dr. Guy in the AlphaTauri, he's changed over to AlphaTauri, he's lost his front wing, but he's still on his way back round, so I assume he'll be pitting this time to try and repair that. In he comes.
Ooh. Be nervous making his way around these pits, they're quite tight.
The outside, it's definitely a big difference at Belgium compared to other tracks, the pits on the outside of the home straight.
Yeah, it's not usual.
It's very inconvenient to get to.
Yes, indeed they are.
Of course, with the way
caught that once by them.
With the way Spa used to be, where they had the chicane, which is a bit different at the last couple of corners. That I feel like that was definitely easier to access in the pit lane. You could definitely make it into the pit lane a lot easier. Yep, I've just spotted him. That is unfortunate for him.
It's not good. Oh, C110P fan. He's in 4th place. He's
Oh,
set a
he's just-
42.8 as well as Jonken.
That's a very good
close
lap.
between those two.
Just under 3 minutes left now. It's still Deanologist on pole. He's going for another outlap. I think he wants to try and put things out of reach. So it is still very close up at the top.
Dean will certainly be hoping for a good lap here, won't he?
Pope's still yet to actually set a lap. So I don't know what he's trying to pull here, but whether
Very interesting.
whether it's going to work or not is another question entirely.
Looks like he's coming out of the pits now.
All right. On medium tyres.
Wow.
Everyone else is...
Going for it on mediums.
I mean, it's his funeral in that case, because everyone else is running the soft tyres. So unless he pulls something out of the bag here and makes us look like idiots, it will be looking like a start outside the top 10 for Pope, unless he makes us eat our words in the next few minutes.
I'm looking forward to seeing if we do have to eat our own words. This will be very interesting.
I'm looking forward to seeing this lap. A lot of drivers out on their out laps now. The Deanologist is on his way out. He's coming round to start his out lap. Is anyone close to
Afro Ninja is on a lap.
Yep, Afro Ninja now in the Alfa Romeo.
Here he comes.
Because that Ferrari pairing of Mitch and Ninja did a pretty good job last year.
They did indeed do a pretty good job.
Neither one of them at the same team.
They've been separated.
Yep, and they've been replaced by Iwardy in 12th and our current pole sitter Deanologist, who's coming around to start what I assume will be his final lap of the session.
That's a throwback, seeing those two in the Ferraris back in season 1.
Alright, reuniting in the prancing horse machine. Right, Jonken just died his final lap.
See what he can do.
J240 is currently on a lap. Ninja's in sector 2. He's just coming out of sector 2 now.
Oh, he's gone purple in the middle sector.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh, I'm excited to see this lap now.
Same here. I'm looking forward to seeing this. And oh, here he comes.
He's got a slipstream from the car in front.
We're gonna run on board with him over the course these last couple of corners. Here he comes, breezing by Smoke and Cheese. Obviously has to obey the blue flags through the last couple of corners. I reckon this could be a very good lap here. Could this be the pole time? Here he comes to the line. Has he got it? Ah, P3. Not too bad. Jonken Gaming has got some work to do now if he wants to get back up into the top 3. There's a yellow flag somewhere. It looks like one of the Ferraris just spun out. I think Iwardy spun it at some point. I think Deanologist is on his way around. He's gone up on his previous time. So he's starting sector 3. C110P's over the line. As is Theron. Obviously Theron's finished it. He disconnected earlier on. Jonken's made a mistake. Oh no! And that's not what you want to see from the Mercedes. Where is Deanologist? He's making his way through the last corner. Does he have enough to put the pole time out of reach? Towards the line. A 142.1, and that might just settle it.
That's a very, very good lap.
Deanologist continues his great record in qualifying and looks to be another pole position. Theron's joined back, albeit a bit late. Jonken's making his way around.
He's on a lap. See if he can do anything about it.
Oh, it's going to be tight here because he's gone up on his sector, on his last sector. So let's see if he can. Here he comes. Will he be up on his sector 2 as well? This is going to be very tense. He's up on that as well.
Ooh.
Could this be a sudden upset? A sudden flip of the coin in the way of pole position? Deanologist currently has it, but Elusive Ice will be looking to change that as it makes it through the last couple of corners. It's going to be very, very tight. Here he comes now. Pope's also on a lap, I believe. I think he might be able to get time in at the end of it. He's coming towards the line.
Back on the track.
Here he comes over the finish. It's not enough.
Ooh. He has improved his own lap though.
A 142.3. Here comes Pope for the last corner now. Does he have enough to set a decent time? It's definitely not going to be pole. Over the line, P11.
Oh, it's 11th.
Not too bad considering he's on medium tyres, so he hasn't done too bad. And of course, he's starting just outside the top 10. So I believe that means he has free tyre choice.
Yeah, he does.
So I think that's as good as he could have done. Going inside the top 10, he would have had to start on those medium tyres, if I'm not mistaken.
if he was in the top 10, he would definitely have to start on their mediums, and that would give him an advantage. But I imagine he will start on the mediums outside the top 10.
Regardless, that brings qualifying to an end, and it does look like it has been confirmed the Ferrari of Deanologist will start on the pole for this opening round of the TakeOver Racing League Season 3.
Well, that was certainly a good qualifying session.
I definitely had fun
I
there.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, possibly the most enjoyable qualifying session I've seen in quite a while on any game.
That was very good.
Yep.
Must say.
And this is setting us up for what should be a very, very exciting race.
Oh, look how close it is from 3rd to 9th.
Yep.
3 tenths in it.
So there we go, qualifying officially brought to a close as Alpha Ninja crosses the line. Well, we'll be taking a short break for now, but we hope you've enjoyed qualifying. We'll take a quick look at the top 10 once more. Deanologist on the pole, then it's Lucivice just alongside him in the Williams, J214 and our previous 2 champions on the second rows together, J214 Smoke and Cheese, Afro Ninja 5th for Alfa Romeo, this Onken Gaming who fell off at the end, he rounds off 6th, C110P fan and the Aston Martin comes on 7th, is Theron takes 8th in the Red Bull, Taplin that takes 9th in the Alpine, and Optimash Prime rounds at your top 10. So we're going to take a quick break here and we'll be right back with you for the start of the race. Hello everybody, welcome back. We had a short break there, we're just about to get ready to get going for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix, the opening round of the TakeOver Racing League Season 3. If you wanna get on the action and just let us know your thoughts, then go on to Twitter and tweet us your response to the race with the hashtag WeTakeOver. We're getting ready for the start of what should be a very exciting Grand Prix. Of course, Dinon just on the pole with Lucivice just alongside him. Paris, mate, what are you going to make of this one? It's good race.
I think it will be a very good race. Spa only creates good races unless it's 2021.
I suppose so, yep.
The good thing is it's not raining.
Yeah, that is a good thing. I think any rain... I mean, rain obviously would have thrown some chaos into things, but I feel like this league can be chaotic enough as it is.
Certainly.
Right then, so I suppose I might as well ask you your predictions for the race as the driver set out on the formation lap.
Oh.
For one thing, we have a full grid, so...
Wow. So that'll be a restart as well, I think.
Oh, someone's... Oh, we've got a... what else happened there? We had a massive crash on the formation lap. Oh, one of the Ferraris just... I think Wardy's just sent it off into a wall at turn... What on earth is going on? Wardy's just sent it off into the first corner. Multiple drivers have been disqualified just like that. I think we might have to restart this. I'm not quite sure what's happened. I said to myself there'd be chaos in the start. I meant on lap 1, not during the blooming formation lap.
Did say it would be chaos.
Yeah.
It's come true.
Well, we'll take a quick second out of the chaos. Predicted pit stop strategy: 6 laps on those softs, and then between lap 6 and 8. That's a decent window to switch onto the hards. You can probably run those to the end of the race. But we've already had many drivers disqualified. Maybe it's
to do the strategies.
It might be a curse. We had a full grid to start this thing. Anyway, we're not quite sure what's happened there. Hopefully they haven't been fully disqualified from the session. They'll be able to get let back in for the formation for the start of the race. They might have been disqualified from the formation lap. Because I don't know how this game works a lot of the time.
This It's odd in some ways.
All right. So while I've got you here, I'm gonna ask you your predictions for the race. If you had to give me a winner from today, absolutely anyone, who would you go for?
Oh, I
It's a
think I'll
tough
have to go
question.
for my old rival JT.
Really? You think from third on the grid, you reckon he can do it?
I think he's got quite a good position there. He'd get if he sticks behind him at La Source, he can get a good run up onto the Kemmel straight, and he'll have a lot of slipstream.
Sounds good. Of
So
course, they have to
that's
defend
my
that lead.
prediction for the race.
They have to defend that lead if he takes it for a full 22 laps. If he wants to win this thing, get his championship off to a good start. Another look at predicted
Definitely
pit
will.
stops. Pit for mediums between lap 8 and 9, or pit for hards between lap 6 and 9 from those soft tyres. Of course, Touch Me Pope starting 11th place. He has a bit more freedom in the way of tyre selection because he started on those mediums. He went on the mediums to qualifying, and hopefully those should do him some good. Everyone has stopped on the track for some reason. Not quite sure what's going on here. I think something else messed up with the game. What on earth has happened?
So joining a different lobby.
It looks like we'll have to take another short break before the race gets fully underway because we've had some issues with the lobby. So we're gonna take a brief break once again, and we'll rejoin you for the start of the Grand Prix. Hello again, everybody. We are back. We're ready for the start of the opening round of the TakeOver Racing League Season 3. Sorry for the short break we had to take, but unfortunately we did have an issue with the lobby, hence why everyone was careering off at Turn 1 like the Nürburgring in 2007. But thankfully we are back, and we are now ready to go. Looking forward to this one. Parents, mate, what are your thoughts on the race? What's going to happen in this one?
I think there'll be a lot of good racing. The track breathes it, really. And at the start, we can certainly look for a few opportunistic moves,
Maybe.
especially from those in the middle of the pack.
Will we see a crash at La Source on this very first lap?
I hope no, but my gut says yes.
My gut says yes and no.
Sadly.
We like to keep the league as professional as we can, but unfortunately these things do still happen sometimes. Yeah, it's going to be another long 12 race season. Of course, good luck to everyone who's running in this Grand Prix. We've got almost a full grid, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 19. Which is very good.
We had 20 initially, but then I'm not sure what's happened. Someone must have just not rejoined. Of course, we'll have fun in what should be a very entertaining race for us. We're just waiting for everyone to get into the lobbies, or just get into the game so we can go racing. So it'll be 22 laps of the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. You've got to be very good to make it around Belgium in one piece. And you've got to be even better to try and win this race. So a lot of talented drivers here. Because obviously we've got our previous two champions, J240 and Smoke and Cheese. We've also got Touch Me Pope, who's now no longer a reserve. He's finally got a full-time seat. Although of course we are missing Paris on the grid. This is his first race as the up in the booth. Of course he's. I'm hoping you're having fun.
Change of scenery. I like it.
Yeah. It feels a lot more controlling, if I may say so myself. But yeah, we're getting ready to go for what should.
It's a lot calmer.
Yeah. A lot less chaos up here. I'll say that for sure. I think we are getting ready to go now. We're waiting for the word from the league admins to be able to get this thing underway. Hopefully we won't see a repeat of 1998 in which there was a total of, I believe, somewhere around 18 or so cars involved in a crash down the Camel Straight.
It was around that number. Only like 2 got going.
Well, of course we don't
see 2012 and 2018.
Yep.
Hopefully we don't see any more of that.
Let's hope we don't see a repeat of that today. But obviously we'll see. Obviously in the idea of keeping everyone safe, everyone will be safe because they're behind the screen. So.
Yes.
Right, so here we go then away on the formation lap, and it appears that everyone has got away cleanly this time. No random spins and no Iwardi shoving it into the wall at turn 1. So we've already gotten a bit further than we did last time.
It's good progress.
Should be a very exciting race. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's been a few weeks since the last race, in which a very close finish, a race in which Paris did obviously competed in. Yeah, of course he had a decent run.
Made a big roll.
Yeah, of course that championship came down to a matter of hundredths. It was very close.
Divine intervention, as I like to call it.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen Stephalicious starting on the hards.
Oh, I'll take a look at everyone's tyres. What tyres are starting today? Stephalicious, the one driver starting on the hard tyres. Not sure what he's thinking of there. Hopefully it'll pay off for him later in the race. We've got a total of 6 drivers on the mediums, so that's both McLarens, Tinky Winky 77 in the Haas, Iwardi in the Ferrari, Mitch in the Haas, and Dr. Garner in the AlphaTauri. And of course the rest of the field all on softs. All of the top 10 on those soft tyres. We'll take a look once again at your starting lineup for those of you who have just joined us. So it's Deanologist for Ferrari on the pole, followed closely by Elusive Ice, very close between those two in qualifying. J240 Season 1 champions starts in 3rd place, and behind him is the reigning champion, the man who we're trying to keep that pedestal over the course of this season. It's Smoke and Cheese now in the Alpine. Afro Ninja starts 5th for Alfa Romeo, then it's Jonkin Gaming in 6th. He had a decent run in qualifying, but better times just came at the end and he couldn't do anything about it. C110P fan starts in 7th. He came very close to winning the title last season. It came down to tie and only lost to in a matter of wins. Theron Exo set a very good time in qualifying. He starts in 8th place. I tap in that in the Alpine start. Another Alpine starts in 9th place. A good double top 10 for the Alpine team, and it's the other Alfa Romeo of Optimus Prime rounding out your top 10. So here they come now through the bus stop chicanes, get things underway for this Belgian Grand Prix. The grid will be beginning to line up. I'm looking forward to this one. This one should be very, very exciting, as Belgium always is. Paris, what are your thoughts?
Belgium makes excitement, doesn't it? That's why it's been on the calendar for so many years, and people love it for a very good reason.
Yep, Belgium has definitely earned the love it has. Very enjoyable races. Deanologist lines up. The front of the grid forming up and get ready to go racing. I'm very, very excited. The last drivers on the grid now forming up for what should be a very, very exciting Belgian Grand Prix. The grid is now fully formed up as Bar 98 takes his final spot. P19 on the grid as we go now to 5 red lights for the Belgian Grand Prix. First race, the TakeOver Racing League Season 3. Lights out, race on. Here they go, the short charge towards La Source begins. We've got a spin in the back, and it's Tinky Winky 77 and a half. It's been disqualified already for reversing off the start line. Deanologist leads through turn 1. JTO40 is already battling Elusive Ice for second place, and he's got that spot. Tinky Winky's already been disqualified. He didn't even reach turn 1. Deanologist has already pulled away. Up through a roost they come. Very good start from the Ferrari man, but it's not over yet. Here comes the Aston Martin of JTO40, Season 1 champion. Here he comes now, down the straight. He's on the left-hand side. He's got a very good toe. And just like you told me, Paris, he's taken the lead early on down that straight. And what a start for JT40 from 3rd place all the way up to 1st.
Oh, it's almost as if I predicted it there.
He's done it.
The way I said.
He's done a very good job here. What a great start we've had here at Belgium. I'm very excited for what this race has to offer us. Elusive Ice is currently defending his position. Thorough's had an incredible start. He's up to P4. He started in 8th place. Although he got very squirrely third left-hander there, so he's got to be very careful. Here comes Zafra Ninja on the attack, going into the left-hander. He's going to be close to the curb, but not too close. He's managed to make his way through, and that's P4 for the Alfa Romeo driver. But here comes the Rebel back at him on the left-hand side. Never mind. There goes the Afra Ninja through to hold on to P4. Great stuff here. The top 3 have pulled away a little bit. Iwardi fell back on the start. He's done to make his way back through the field again. Stefanis is up to 12th on those hard tyres, doing a very good job. Decent way to start this race. Touchy Pope's getting the places up into the points. So have a look at the position gain on the start here, if we can. So the most places gained have been Punitive Shoe in the Mercedes, who's now obviously runs that Mercedes this season. He's gained 5 places, whereas Optimus Prime and the other Alfa Romeo, he's lost 7. So very poor start for him. As here comes J240 to lead us round for the end of this opening lap.
Still looking quite tight in the top 3.
Yep.
5 tenths and 7 tenths to separate them.
Tight indeed.
It's looking close.
First lap complete now, and it is J240 leading the way. So as you predicted, Paris, he's made a very good start. He's taken the top spot. It's almost all single file throughout almost the entire grid. Dr. Garner's making his way into the pits now. I'm not sure what he's trying to change onto. What do you think he might be pitting for? Does he have any damage on that car, do we know?
It looks, yes, he's got damage on the wing.
Alright, he's making
damage is quite horrible in this game, so
making a change.
Definitely be pitting.
Changing onto the new front wing and a new set of medium tyres. If it was me in that situation, I would have put on a set of hard tyres to try to get me to the end of the race if I can. But I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
He's just followed his normal strategy.
Of course, one of the 2 drivers that won the Constructors' Championship last season for Alfa Romeo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did win it.
Alongside Smoke and Cheese, it currently runs in 6th place. Oh, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. He's already spun. It looks like he's spun out. Got at the exit of Eau Rouge, so he's managed to get himself going again, but he is quite a way behind the rest of the pack. And Bar 98 is fallen away from the rest of the field as well. So not quite sure what's happened to him.
Oh, that's quite a gap, isn't there? From 10 seconds to 16th already. I think that's due to Optimus Prime losing 6 places at the start. It's not had the best of starts.
It definitely hasn't been a good start for AlphaTauri either. But meanwhile, back at the front of the field, it's still JTO40 who leads the way, but almost a second now over Deanologist. Elusive Ice is almost a second back from him in 3rd place. He's going to Afro Ninja trying to challenge him down this next straight, and this is going to be crucial because next lap, Paris, we've got DRS enabled.
I think if Deanologist can get back in that DRS range,
Oh, he's fallen just
a good chance at staying within.
He's
but
fallen.
I think JT doesn't have much downforce on.
He's doing what he needs to pull away because right now he's got himself out of that 1 second range, and Deanologist simply cannot attack without a DRS, especially if he's this far back. So he may fall prey to Elusive Ice. Will be wanting that second spot back.
Well, I think he certainly will be. Dean looks like he's got quite a bit of downforce on.
Oh, here we go now.
Also, JD seems to run away in straights.
Ice closing in now. Theron also trying to make a move on after an injury. He's on the inside, but that DRS has contact. Oh, and around goes Theron in the Red Bull. Around he goes just like that. Not what he would have wanted. And that's him all the way out. That's him out of the points and down to 11th position. And make that 12th because there goes Punitive Shoe on the inside. Bad luck there for Theron. Unfortunately, oh, what's happened to him?
He saved that well.
Oh, I moved away at just the wrong time. Paris, what just happened there?
He's just lost position to Steph Delicious and Iwardi.
And here comes Iwardi.
He's caught a massive spin going around the corner.
Iwardi wanted P12 though, had to back out going into the left-hander. Dr. Garnai is back in the pits now. And I'm not sure if he had more damage, but I think he must have heard me because he's followed my advice. He's now gone on to set hard tyres, which could carry him to the end of the race. I feel like pitting a second time.
What you say.
I feel like pitting a second time may not give as much effect. If he had pitted in the first place, then it would have been fine. We've got a yellow flag here, and it's Stephalicious in the Red Bull. This lap has been an absolute catastrophe for Red Bull, as they have now fallen out of the points, and just the Red Bull cars in general. There goes Bar 98 trying to challenge. Of course, they're racing for nothing but pride here. There goes Bar 98 around the outside, taking P16 away. Of course, they're racing for no points right now. Dinar just trying to close back in, but unable to do anything. We've got another yellow flag, and that's in Sector 3, so not quite sure what's happened there. It may have been a spin. It's not Tomas Prime in the Alfa Romeo.
Delicious has pit now. I think he'll be coming in for a new wing and possibly a fresh set of mediums.
Potentially, who
So
knows?
he's got to use both tyres.
Of course, he's on those hard tyres. Yep, you are right. He's onto a new set of mediums. Good call there. But yeah, disaster for Red Bull here. They wanted to recover as soon as they can.
Yeah, they're 12th and 17th. It's not looking too good for them, but there's still a long time left in this race.
We've missed it. Elusive Ice has managed to make a crucial pass on Dinologist for second place. Must use that DRS to his advantage, but now he's chasing down JTO 40 for the lead. He's closing in as well.
Another spin.
We got a yellow flag. That looks like Jonkin Gaming in the Mercedes. Yep, he's gone around and he's got himself going again, but he is going to fall out just outside of the points. Backs out to allow teammate Punitive Shoe past.
I think he has damage looking at that. He hasn't got much steering into the corner.
Bar 98 has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I'm going to assume that's track limits because we haven't seen him make contact with anyone yet.
Oh,
what happened?
Just spun.
Around goes Dinologist in the Ferrari. He's lost his front. No! And just like that, he's out of the race. That's it.
Oh no!
Unbelievable stuff here from Dinologist. Just like that, out of the race. What happened there, Paris? What happened to him?
He's come out of the... I can't remember the name of that corner, and he's just spun it off the curb.
Oh, that is very unfortunate for the man who did so well in qualifying. Lucivic is at the fastest lap. We've got to focus on this race for the lead, but terrible luck once again for the pole sitter Dinologist. You can't. I mean, I feel like every time he qualifies on the pole, the man can't catch a break.
Oh, well, look, always will come around, and I'm sure it will for Dean. It's not going very good luck though.
And that puts that's now both Ferraris out of the points. And meanwhile, Elusive Ice continues to chase down JTO 40 with the DRS. He's now within half a second. This is going to get very tasty for us here in the booth.
This certainly will. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
The knowledge of the session. After an injury, a penalty. Not quite sure what that's for. We'll be able to see how many seconds that is. There's 3 seconds on his record right now. I'm going to assume he got that for multiple warnings, which makes me assume track limits again. Of course, having track limits on strict can sometimes be difficult to avoid. Look how close it is between these two. Still half a second between them. It's been a very exciting. It's been a very exciting start to the session. We're only on lap 5. We've still got a good 17 laps to go.
If this is how the race has started, I'm looking forward to how it ends.
I'm looking forward to an incredible finish. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. It looks like one of the Alpines. That's tackling that, and he spun out towards the end of sector 2. So you have to let everyone go back through. That's him down to P12. Here comes AXR Mitch in the house, making his way through, make that P13 for the Alpine.
He's kept it in a straight line though.
His teammate's not doing too bad. His teammate's not doing too bad. Smoking cheese.
Well.
Reigning champion Smoking Cheese, his first race for Alpine.
It's a good debut.
Ice has lost a bit of time to J240 meanwhile. Aston Martin doing a very good job. C110P fans got under the radar. He's running 5th.
Good race for them. That'll be 35 points in total.
Not too bad.
This lap.
Not too bad, you know your maths. Yeah, who does currently have the fastest lap? That is Elusive Ice in the Williams, so it will be 35 points.
Ooh.
Well, look at the gaps between the...
Elusive Ice.
Oh.
He's made an error.
Oh, that is crucial there for the Williams. And he's now out of DRS range. Cheese is closing in rapidly, but he's also got to focus. He's got Afro Engine for company just behind him. When he looks to the inside, FG Alex is retired from the session.
Oh no, that's not what we like.
And we've got a safety car out. I'm going to assume it's due to whatever happened to Alex there. We've had 3 casualties in this race. Safety car's out. And that'll bunch the field. That'll bunch the field right back up.
Certainly will.
Well then, very exciting start to the race. I felt we can't
moment of calm.
Can't escape the safety cars in the TakeOver Racing League. Always a crucial element to these Grand Prix. We've gone 6 laps before our first, or 5.5 laps for our first safety car of the season. Now will be a good opportunity to go on to a different set of tyres. Paris, if you were in this situation on the track, what would you do?
I would be pitting for either a set of softs or mediums, depending on how the pace is. JT and Elusive Ice look like they've got quite good pace here. So if I was them, I'd go for mediums, and you'd probably be able to stretch them out to the end of the race. But if you're feeling safe, go for hards.
I feel like tyre management could play a crucial role in this race. Thank you for the insight. We'll just have to see what these guys do when they come back around into the pits.
Certainly.
So J240 leads from Elusive Ice in 2nd, Smoke and Cheese in 3rd, Afro Ninja in 4th, albeit with a 3-second penalty to his name, and C1SMP rounding out the top 5.
JT is in.
Oh, and he
and
comes.
Elusive Ice.
And he comes.
And Cheese.
We're expecting a lot
And
of.
Afro Ninja.
And
Fan.
fans double stacking. What's going on here for Aston Martin? What are they planning?
Oh, no. Touch Pope has stayed out.
Stubby Pope stayed out. Here we go. He's done on those mediums. It has paid off for him.
All paying off.
Here comes C110P fans to pits. Will he get out in time? It's going to be tight. No. Oh, no, I think they just about made it. He may have lost a bit of time there in the pits. I think he's done okay there.
Everyone's on mediums.
Double stack only just paid off. And Iwardy also stayed out as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I were in the Ferrari.
Ah.
Trying to avenge his fallen teammate, Deanologist. Of course, spun out a couple of laps ago, and that brought about the end of his race.
This is going to be very interesting. We've got everyone on mediums.
Apart from
the front runners on mediums.
Bar 98's making his way, and he's the last driver to run onto those medium tyres. This is going to be tough because everyone behind Iwardy and Pope are going to have fresh mediums to run on. These guys have slightly more worn tyres, but they now have a bit of different strategy to choose from because they're still on these tyres.
Indeed. We need to see how bad the tyre wear is really. Because if the tyre wear is quite good and forgiving, they can run to the end on the mediums. While the 2 front runners will have to pit again, which could drop them quite far back.
As I said, tyre management could be a crucial element in this race.
Absolutely.
So we will have to wait out this safety car. But yeah, we'll have to just go over what's happened in the race so far. So very good start for JT040. He took the early lead. Well, eventually took the lead. He took the lead after Deanologist's retirement. He had a very good start, but unfortunately things got ruined for him. Of course, he spun out all by himself. And of course, we've also lost Tinky Winky, who was disqualified before he made it to turn 1. I don't think he even made it to the official start line.
No, he's not. He didn't make it very far.
JT040 getting very close to the back of Iwardy there. Could have potentially lost him front wing. But I think it's okay. If he got any closer, definite damage.
Yeah. I think should be alright for now. I think he's just showing him who's boss, seeing if he can get past.
Okay, that's what exactly we were trying to do on the restart. I reckon most likely I reckon we could probably go 1 more lap under the safety car before we get going again, maybe 2. We'll have to see. Hopefully it's 1 because we'd like to get back up to racing as soon as possible. Give us something to talk about.
Certainly would.
Right, so things.
I'm very interested in Touch Me Pope. He's shown good pace in the race to get up to 6th on mediums when everyone else is on softs.
And of course, this safety
So
car's
I'm
played
quite
right. The safety car's played right into his hands because he managed to.
It has.
Yeah, because he's still on these medium tyres, which he ran 1 lap on in qualifying. We said he might make us eat our words earlier on, but we said that in qualifying. He didn't do that, but maybe now is the point where we might have to start doing that. Make a start on eating those words.
I think he's gonna start feeding him to us. That's what's gonna happen.
Of course, he's technically still on the streak. He's won the last 3 TakeOver Racing League Grand Prix. Could he add a 4th today?
Oh, I could see it happening if fortune favours him.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the first victory of those 3 he took at Silverstone, was that his first race in the league?
It was. He made a storming debut.
It's incredible. He's currently unbeaten. That's something in a league like this. That is something that can be very difficult to say.
That is hard. That is very hard to do.
You get one shot at that. If you lose one race, then there goes your unbeaten record. But he could have a very, he's gonna have a very good shot at the championship this year. He's driven so well as a reserve, but his championship was obviously he couldn't win the championship. But things were relying on him to actually find the drive each week.
So I reckon he could have won the championship as a reserve if he had been there since the start of the season.
Maybe one day we'll see a reserve champion.
One day.
Someone
a weird day.
That had to be a challenge for someone to run one race with all 10 teams and win the championship. Well, I have to challenge that to someone at some point. Next rookie we see coming in, we'll challenge him to do that. Right, so we're coming around.
Guy and I.
Yep, he's managed to. Yep, he's almost caught all the way back up to the field. And in a few seconds, we'll be able to find out if we're going back to racing this lap or if we'll have to go around one more. There we go. Safety car in this lap.
That's what we like to see.
Indeed. So, a reminder once more of your new order. Touch Me Pope leads the way, followed closely by Iwardi, both those on the warm medium tyres. JTO40, the first of the fresh medium runners, he's in 3rd place. Elusivice just off the podium in 4th. Smoke and Cheese in 5th. Afro Ninja 6th. C110P fan 7th. Pianist Shoe in 8th place. Theron Exo 9th, and his Shoe's teammate Jonkin Gaming in 10th. 11th place is AXR Mitch. 12th is iTaplinda 18. In the other Alpine is Ultimash Prime in 13th for Alfa Romeo. 14th is Bar 98 in the Alpha Tauri. Stefanis runs 15th, and it's the other Alpha Tauri of Dr. Garnine in 16th. Which is about to get underway now. The safety car pulling into the pit lane. Here we go. The action begins once more here in this Belgian Grand Prix. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway.
Pope's not had a brilliant restart. Wardy does look very close to him.
Wardy looks very close. He maybe has to have a go with a decent toe down one of these next few straights. Although Pope has pulled away a little bit more there, the gap at half a second. Has to be careful that JTO40 doesn't go on the attack, because I remind you, these guys are on fresher tyres, which could be crucial later on in the race.
Indeed, I'm just curious to see how much JT gains in the straights.
We're going to have a look at that right now. I'm going to run on board with him down this next straight towards the right-hander. Hasn't gained too much.
No, it's no difference, I don't think. Oh, Wardy's
there. Cut the corner slightly. What's going on there? Track limits, mate. Regardless, I think it might have been a mistake. Who knows? Cheese is a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so I'm assuming he's violated track limits too many times.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, JTO40 is still right there behind Wardy, and Ice now has 3-second time penalty as well. The penalty's starting to kick in.
Big.
Of course,
JT can keep it clean. It could be quite a nice win for him.
I remember Silverstone last season. Of course, a lot of penalties came in, and I was trying to figure out who would be where at the end of the race. And that happened in Italy as well, because I was trying to figure out who the championship winner would be, thanks to position, because everyone was getting penalties, and I just couldn't tell who was where.
You have to quicken your maths with penalties. But it does make the battle for should be 2nd place quite interesting. Because those 3 drivers have now got 3-second penalties.
You look at the gap between 1st and 2nd now. The gap now 1.5 seconds. So that mistake from Iwardy's been especially crucial.
Looking like Pope's stretching his legs slightly as well. We'll see what he can do over the next 2 laps.
Stretching that lead out front. JT now running very, very close to Iwardy. The gap now down to half a second. No DRS just yet, but a couple decent corners. If he can string those together, he could have a very good chance. And meanwhile, we look behind them here. Smoke and Cheese is running just behind Afro Ninja, and they're running for that 5th spot. 10 points on the line if you claim 5th place.
Yeah, certainly is.
Alright, down this
Elusive Ice still has fastest lap also.
Down this next straight we come. Here comes JTO40, the Season 1 champion. Looks to the inside of Iwardy. Here he comes now. And that is nice and smooth. The king of the late breakers, JTO40, through the chicane, and that second place secured to be able to start chasing down Touch Me Pope for the lead.
A very tidy move from JT there, kept it clean.
Love to see it. Clean racing in the TakeOver Racing League. Elusive Ice there running just behind Iwardy as well. He could try and capitalise on any momentum the Ferrari driver may have lost. But it looks like Iwardy's...
Look at after an injured Smoking Cheese.
Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at these two. Oh, Cheese just about backed out. Going into left-hander, but he's still left himself with a very good opportunity. He's going right there. He's just behind him. He's got to pull to the left. Very good defending from Ninja there.
That's what I like to see.
You'll love to see it from Afro Ninja in the Alfa Romeo, holding off the reigning drivers' champion in his former car. So there's that as well.
Bittersweet.
History repeats itself. An Alfa Romeo holding off an Alpine.
We've seen this one before, haven't we?
We have indeed. Of course, you've seen it from your perspective in Haas last season.
In an actual race, I have seen it.
Hasn't been too good a run for the Haas team so far. Of course, Tinky Winky disqualified before he even reached turn 1, and Mitch running down in P12.
Yeah, it's not looked too brilliant for him. No points on the board so far.
DRS now enabled as he begins lap
JT hasn't gained that much. I've just noticed.
He's gained, but not enough. He's definitely closing in though, so it's not over yet.
This is exactly what Touch Me Pope wants.
Give him a lap or so, I reckon, and JT will get within DRS range.
He should do.
Ice has DRS and Iwardy.
Make his life hard.
He may be about to lose that P3 unless he defends well. He's looking to the inside. We've got a yellow flag and Eau Rouge. Looks like punitive shoe in the Mercedes. What's happened to him?
Bar's out.
Bar
is out.
He's lost his... Oh, Bar's out of the session. And Shoe's lost his front wing. And... Garner's about getting away from there as well. And we did miss the crucial overtake there. Elusive Ice taking P3 away from Iwardy in the Ferrari, who's now going to have Afro Ninja and Smoking Cheese for company behind him. C1 and P fan still running back there in 7th. No safety car for the time being. We are in that collision at Eau Rouge. Looks like we're all okay to keep going for the time being. We are now down to 15 runners. You start to wonder how many cars they have left to talk about by the end of the race.
Oh, it's always tough to say at Spa. One error can catch you out so easily.
Ice now within DRS range of JTO40 as well.
6 seconds of penalties.
Oh, that's another penalty.
That's not good.
That is another penalty. We have to see how many he's got. That's 6 seconds now. Punitive Shoe also has 6 seconds. Not to mention the fact he's already in the back of the pack in 15th place by quite a distance.
Not a good day for him then.
Definitely not. Oh, Ice losing a little bit there off the final corner, and Iwardy may be able to close in a little bit more. He'll definitely be in DRS range. He'll be wanting that 3rd spot back. As Smoking Cheese looking around trying to pass Afro Ninja, who's right behind the Ferrari of Iwardy there. C110P fan still running in 7th place. He's got Thero Nexo in the Red Bull company just behind him, so he may get DRS. So we may be able to see a hell of different overtakes.
I believe Mitch just spun.
Oh.
That one actually has a time penalty.
Oh. I'm going to assume once again that's track limits.
Yes, 3 seconds.
Ninja still holding off Smoking Cheese. He's right behind Iwardy here. This could be tricky for him.
This is quite crucial for his race as well. He doesn't want to lose DRS of Elusive Ice just yet. He wants to get back in there.
Of course, he's got to make sure he doesn't have any damage on the Alfa Romeo, because that'll throw the whole thing into jeopardy.
Certainly, and he needs to not get any more penalties if he's got any interest in a good result in this race.
Speaking of wanting a good result in this race, JTO40 is closing in now. He's almost within DRS range.
He is closing in fast. Them fresh tyres are coming in handy.
This maybe start to feel like a full Hamilton versus Verstappen as Punitive Shoot gets another time penalty for multiple warnings. Mitch is retired from the session.
Oh, could that cause a safety car?
Potentially. He's still going. His AI is still going, so he may have just retired on his own.
If there's a safety car, this is exactly what Touch Me Pope wants.
Yep, could be able to put himself onto a set of soft tyres and propel his way to the end.
Exactly, could get to the end very fast with that.
Iwardy could also be in that position, but right now he's currently in the middle of trying not to concede P4 to Afro Ninja, who's got Smoker Cheese for company on the DRS right behind him. He's on the outside going into turn 1, but he's gonna have to brake early to allow Iwardy in. Around the outside, will he try a La Source? It's going to be close. They're still side by side.
It's gotten a bit bumpy.
Safety car.
curb there. Oh.
And
He's taking that position illegally. Oh, yes, he has. Let's give the position back.
And this will be just what Touch Me Pope and I will be looking for. And Punitive Shoe
Perfect.
has just gone on to a set of soft tyres, so he might be alright as well. But
Could be.
do you reckon at this point everyone will go on to a set of soft tyres, try and make it to the end?
It's interesting because you could stay out on mediums and take the lead of the race and just try and defend.
You'd have a lot more wear at the end of the race.
And fight. It's tricky.
A very tough choice here in this race. We are now down to just 13 runners in this Belgian Grand Prix. We've lost Thor on Exo in the Red Bull. We've lost Hathaway XR Mitch. We've lost Bar 98 in the AlphaTauri. We've lost FGE Alex in the McLaren. Denologist Ferrari, the pole sitter. And we've lost Tinky Winky from the start. So we're down to just 13 runners on lap number 13 of the Grand Prix.
Just been told Thelron has spun on the last corner. I think that's the reason for the safety car.
Makes sense. Garnai has also just changed onto a set of soft tyres as well. So we'll have to wait until everyone comes around to the pit lane just to see what they'll choose to do.
Yonkin has a drive-through.
Oh, that's for speeding under the safety car. He must have exceeded the delta limit and just wasn't able to slow down in time.
Naughty, naughty. That can't be good.
Indeed. Right. Touch Me Pope making his way through the last couple of corners now. What will he do here? I'm going to assume he'll pit, but will everyone else follow him in? JTF40 is the closest been to him all day, and in he comes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, it looks like everyone's coming into the pits. I would obviously pit. Oh, Afro Ninja's staying out.
Oh, he's got to throw his hat into the ring.
Aston Martin trying another double stack. Will it pay off? Touch Me Pope may be held up in the pits. Nobody's managed to get out just in between. Very nice there. C110P. The double stack works even better this time for Aston Martin.
Oh, Elusive Ice has played it quite well there. He's fourth.
And just like that, the sudden strategic advantage that Touch Me Pope and I already had has now been eliminated thanks to the safety car, because that was the risk. They could have run on medium tyres to the end, but they chose not to. They're going to the softs to run to the end.
This is going to be a real brawl to the end now.
Afro Ninja may be a sitting duck as we get back underway. He still knows mediums.
Oh,
It's going to be.
you have to fight like a lion.
It'll be, in the words of Chris Kamara, he'll have to be fighting like a beaver in order to make it to the finish line. So once again, just another safety car will have to wait out as the rest of the field joins up. Punitive Shoe into the pits now. I'm not sure if he's taken damage in that Mercedes. He's going to another set of soft tyres.
No, it's just fresh tyres.
Makes sense. In he comes. Sorry, out he comes. Out of the pits. So things are looking very good for Alfa Romeo. Alfa Ninja in the lead. Do you reckon he'll have a chance on the restart to potentially try and hold everyone up?
I think he could do.
Potentially, who knows?
He's got to defend very, very well. But he has those time penalties which could be his downfall.
Let me see how much. Yeah, 6 seconds worth of penalty.
Oh, that's not good.
So we may have to essentially count him out of the race because most likely he will get past on this restart. I'm thinking we'll probably go one more lap before we get back underway.
Yes, Punitive Shoe needs to catch up.
Go one more lap.
Then everyone can restart.
Sounds good. So one more lap of safety car. We'll have, if my maths aren't mistaken, we'll have 7 laps to go when we get the green.
Yes,
So
it will be.
It'll be a 7-lap shootout to the finish line. So this restart could be absolutely crucial to who wins this opening round, because no more pit stops should be made unless it's for damage. So Belgium has produced a very exciting race for us so far, as we thought it would.
It's always good when things go as predicted.
Of course, Touch Me Pope could have a very good chance to extend his winning run to a total of 4 victories. He runs right back there in second place. JTO40 could try and capitalise on that restart.
It's a very interesting one. It depends on what Afro Ninja does at the restart. If he goes early, if he goes late, he can do it. He needs to do something to get away.
I get the feeling he might go late because he's got to try and hold it. Because if he goes early, then everyone else will be able to start chasing him straight away. Whereas if he leaves it late, breaks, holds everyone up, and goes at the perfect time, he may be able to save himself for another lap or so.
That'll probably be the case.
It all depends on how good these soft tyres are on the restart.
I think they could be quite nice and sticky.
All right then. Here we go then. We'll be getting ready to go green on this next lap. 7 laps to go. Because we're 15 laps in, and this race has thrown up a lot for us so far. I feel the first stint of the race was more exciting than the second one, but it still stayed nice and close thanks to these safety cars. It's to the point where they almost feel mandatory in each race, because there's regularly 1 or 2 safety cars per race.
There is, but it's just what you got to take advantage of the safety cars, really. That's all you can do.
Strategy is a crucial role in these TakeOver Racing League races. If you're enjoying the race so far, then be sure to tweet out to the official TORL Twitter account with the hashtag WeTakeOver. Of course, you're going to want to make sure to follow the Instagram as well. It's been recently put up since the last round in Monza. Some interesting stuff on there, and we'll be going back to Overtake of the Week eventually. I believe for this first race, so we'll be able to see as the safety car comes in this lap.
It is in.
Alright, so here we go then. Afro Ninja, what will he do? What do you reckon, Paris?
I think he'll go late, like he said.
I mean, it looks like that's what he's trying. He's trying to go late. He's holding everybody up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some contact on the restart.
That would not be good.
This is going to be a very exciting restart. Ninja putting a bit of distance to himself and Pope for the restart, but that'll allow the McLaren man to close right back in. Here we go. He has to do a lot of holding up at this bus stop chicane before he can get things underway again. Here we go. Pope's still right there though as we get back underway. 7 laps to go in this Belgian Grand Prix. Does Pope try and go for a move immediately? Nope. He's smarter than that. I reckon he'll probably try and go for one going towards Eau Rouge. Good restart from Ninja. Well, I reckon he's going to have to go for it down one of these next few straights. We're right on board with Pope here as he makes his way up the hill. Up through Eau Rouge he goes. He's running right there in the toe of Ninja. I don't think he has a prayer in the Alfa Romeo at this point. They're side by side. It's very tight. Oh, and Pope makes his way through on the inside just about. No contact there. Takes the lead. And JT40 now needs to capitalise quickly because Pope's already pulled out around half a second.
That was firm but fair.
Oh, Ninja forcing JT wide a bit around the outside. Oh, and there's contact, and there goes, around goes JT40 in the Aston Martin. No! And this could be, and that could be handing the victory to Touch Me Pope in the McLaren.
That certainly could do. That was a big moment in
the
turning point.
And that's very unfortunate. And Elizabeth's on the grass trying to find his way past Afro Ninja, who's caused a lot of chaos on this restart.
Quite chaotic from him. He's already lost 3 places on the opening lap, so
I want him to push his way back up to 3rd. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's one of the AlphaTauri. Sorry, that's Dr. Guy and I. JT40 now has serious work to do if he wants to try and salvage a points finish from this race. I'll take a look at the gap between him and the leader. He's 11 seconds back from Touch Me Pope now. Lewis Vice is the penalty. And that might just be it.
6 seconds.
And that might just be it here with 6 laps to go. So this may be a very anticlimactic race. Finish the race as Pope sets the fastest lap at 1:44.7. Short of a spin himself, I reckon this race could be over unless Iwoody can do anything about it.
Oh, smoke and cheese. That's a good move.
Afro
Ninja's got him on the exit.
He's trying to make a move once again on Afro Ninja. Here we are again. Alfa Romeo holding off an Alpine. He's going to have a very good run here. He looks to the left-hand side. Will Ninja cause more chaos? Inadvertently, of course, not intentionally. On the left-hand side this time. Oh,
just off. The cheese go for it. Oh, it's contact.
Oh. Cheese has dropped back a bit. C110P now finding his way up into 5th place, but here comes Cheese on the attack. He's going for the rebound, going into the right-hander. It's going to be very tight, but there goes the Alpine on the inside, and that is P5 secure.
certainly made that one stick. Now he's going to be hunting down Afro Ninja again.
It's going to be very, very exciting. Iwardi now, if he wants the chance to win this race, then he needs to clear Lucifer as quickly as he can, because the gap sits between him and Pope just about 3 seconds. It's going to be very tight. He's going to need to do some serious work in order to close in late on in this Grand Prix. Ninja's doing a great job here. He's still holding on to that 4th spot, but I don't think he'll be able to hold on to it much longer.
Not with DRS coming into effect.
Meanwhile, J240 is now up into 11th place. He's past Jonathan Gaming. He's fighting his way back towards the points. He's currently 3 seconds behind Punitive Shoe. Here comes Cheese making a move. Will he go to the inside? Not going to leave it late. Stays behind him. He's trying the outside. DRS has been enabled. Here we go. 5 laps to go. Iwardi is within DRS range of Elusive Ice. He'll be able to use that down this next straight. There goes Cheese around the outside of La Source into turn 1. The reigning Drivers' Champion has it on the outside, and that's P4 secure.
It's a good move from Cheese there. He just needs to go now.
Proving why he is the reigning world champion, the reigning Drivers' Champion. We can call it world champion technically. Iwardi still closing on Elusive Ice with a DRS.
Gaining.
Not enough.
Not gaining enough.
But he's still within half a second here, so short of a mistake, he's got a very good chance.
Indeed he does. But it looks like Elusive Ice is gaining on Touch Me Pope, but he's got penalties which will offset the difference.
So like I say, unless Wardy makes his way through, this could be handing the victories to Touch Me Pope and McLaren.
Definitely could.
Very good start.
Have you seen that fight for 5th? Wow.
Afro Ninja continues to hold off. I tap in that. He's trying to repeat his teammate. Around the outside he goes. He holds hands on the wheel in frustration. There was definitely contact there. But he's managed to make his way around the outside regardless. Good move there. Optimus
finally after Martin. 7th place. I would have thought he'd be a bit higher than that, especially after that good start he had.
And just behind him, Optimus Prime is flown effectively under the radar in this race. He runs in the 8th position. Not doing too bad now for the Alfa Romeo team.
He's had quite a tidy race there.
Very clean.
Gained a lot of positions.
You're definitely right, Paris. Elusive Ice is closing in on Touch Me Pope up front. Oh, he's made a bit of a mistake off the last corner. And he's got, I believe he's gone out of DRS range of Iwardi. He's just at the fastest lap as well.
Yeah, he has. He's going for it.
Keep an eye on C110P fan here as he goes into turn 1. Does he have enough of the inside? And Ninja continuing to drop back. He's down to P7 now. And around goes Stephalicious in the Red Bull.
Oh no, come on.
Gets himself turned around very quickly there. Yellow flags are out in sector 1. We should be okay. And this puts J240 back up into the points again.
Well, he'll be delighted with that.
He'll be pleased with that, but definitely disappointed considering where he could have been. He could have been up here battling this man, Touch Me Pope, for the race lead.
He could have been.
Sometimes it do just be like that, unfortunately. But
do sometimes.
The gap back up to 2 seconds to him and Elusive Ice. And if I look at the penalties, technically that's 9 seconds. As Punitive Shoe retires from the session.
Put that VSC.
Oh, virtual safety car. Here we go. A brief break from the action, then a full safety car.
Oh.
Here we go.
That is odd.
The drama just does not stop in this Belgian Grand Prix. We now have a 3rd safety car. Virtual safety car turned full safety car. Punitive Shoe now at the race. We have 12 runners left.
Well.
Here we go then. This is where it gets interesting.
Very interesting.
This right here is what we've missed. It's only been a few weeks since the last race in Monza, but this is what we've missed.
Wow. This restart is crucial for Pope. Really crucial.
It could still not go his way late on in this Belgian Grand Prix. Of course, remember he started 11th, and we did start to say he may make us eat the words that we gave him earlier. I'll keep coming back to that as Iwardi pits.
Wow, I did not expect that.
Didn't see that one coming. In comes the Ferrari. He's the only driver who's coming into the pits.
He's going to be stuck behind a lot of drivers.
What's going on? What's he trying to pull?
He's going to be an 8.
He's going to fall. He may even fall further down than that. Optimus Prime might just get him now. I think he'll be okay, actually, now I think about it. Oh, and here comes Stephalicious into the pits. I'm assuming that's for potentially some damage as well. onto another set of soft tyres. He's got penalty to serve
Serve
first.
Penalty.
They're definitely preparing a tyre change, the Red Bull team. There they go.
He'll
On
be
the
trying
soft
to take
tyres.
fastest lap, I think.
It'll have to claim one more place to get into that top 10 to set the fastest lap.
Jonken, I think he's going to go for it. He showed really good pace in qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
I see no reason why he shouldn't.
The first driver in the running order, aside from Touchy Pope with no penalties, is C110P fan who runs all the way back in 6th place.
And crucially, JT.
Oh, he's back up there in 7th. Things may not go too badly for Aston Martin, but he's going to need a hell of a restart to pull this off.
It's, well, I think so long as they can gain a couple of places and just keep up with elusive ice, within 6 seconds of him, they'll be promoted ahead of him.
I'm still
That'll be
stunned
their
as
main
to
aim for today.
I'm still stunned as to what I would he chose to do. I think his
Yeah.
I think he might be thinking that for those guys with the penalties in front of him, he can probably finish a lot higher. 'Cause he'll be on better tyres and he'll gain a few places at the end because of penalties. So this one's going to be a very, very good end to the race.
When's the safety car coming in? This lap? On.
To
Oh.
find out, yes,
Oh,
2
in
laps.
This lap, we've got 2 laps of racing.
I'm bravely going to NASCAR territory here and say a classic line: it doesn't matter how hard you push, because it's going to be a green, white checkered. Here we go. I just felt like I wanted to bring that phrase into it. It's Formula 1, but I wanted to bring that phrase in.
Oh, anything goes when it's like this.
Marsh,
Say anything.
Marsh, I'll do what I please. Anyway. Alright, so here we go. This is the kind of finish that the TakeOver Racing League is all about. Many penalties in the way. One driver leading them all in a McLaren. At a track like Belgium, it's going to be a very tasty finish.
Oh, trust me, folks, an excellent restart there.
He's trying to get away from everyone else, and that might just be a very anticlimactic end to the race. Here we go then. We might have to focus on what's going on behind him. Green flag. John Gaiman has a penalty just like that. 3 seconds. I'm not sure if DRS will be enabled for the end of the race, so it may have to rely on pure slipstream here. JT 40 already has Iwoody for company on the inside. They come very close to contact the exit of the source. JT's got work to do here. Pope has already pulled away to a substantial gap between himself and Elusive Ice, but he's starting to close back in with the general tow. Those two have pulled away. They're scooching away from the pack ever so slightly. He's still within that 1 second range. If he gets close enough and potentially tries to squirrel him out of the way a little bit, that could be the race right there.
Trust me, Pope, all he needs to do is keep 3 seconds on everyone.
That shouldn't be too difficult. If he blows it from here, then I don't think I'll ever be topped.
All he needs to do is avoid penalties
Oh.
at all costs.
Mate.
Oh, Wardy's done JT.
Oh, here we go. Those two are still going at it.
Oh,
Wardy's around the outside. On the inside. Oh, Pope has a penalty!
Got a penalty!
And that'll
That is
close.
big.
And that'll close everything right back up here, because if DRS gets enabled in this final lap, Elusive Ice could take the lead on the last lap and bring us a finish beyond our wildest dreams.
As of now, Touch Me Pope has enough time to win the race.
If I'm not mistaken, Ice has 6 seconds, so we have kind of lied to ourselves there. But regardless, the gap half a second here, and it's only getting smaller as the seconds go by. We're gonna have just one more lap to go as we come round towards the bus stops chicane for the penultimate time to begin the last lap of this Grand Prix. It's Touch Me Pope who's been in control for the majority of the second, almost the entire second half of this race. But he's got Elusive Ice for company, so it could all change on this final lap. And if Elusive Ice take the lead, Smoke and Cheese will actually take the victory. Oh, we got a yellow flag, and who's that? That's Afro Ninja in the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
He's lost his front wing.
Iwody's having a very good race. I think if he gets a shift on this lap, he could take the win.
Potentially, who knows? We've also got him to think about, because he hasn't got any penalties. Avoid penalties, he could be okay. No DRS here for Elusive Ice, but he's closing in anyway. I doubt it'll be enough to try and take first place on the track. And he definitely won't be winning because of the 6 seconds he has. Iwoody will be looking at him here. He'll be wanting to get a shift on if he can win this race. I'm going to check the leader statistics here. He is currently just under 5 seconds behind, so I don't think he'll have enough to be able to pull it off.
It doesn't look like Wardy's fast enough to get it.
It looks like he'll potentially take second place. Maybe might drop down to third.
I think what he'll do now is just try and avoid penalties and take that second place.
I think Touch Me Hope might have enough to still win the race here.
He has to go fast enough to get Cheese and I-Tap in that.
Could be difficult here, but Touch Me Hope's coming around to what looks like let's take the victory, but Elusive Ice is closing in on him here. I mean, he's got nothing to fight for. Do you reckon he'll try and go all out in the last corner, try and go for like a dive bomb or something? Because that'd be amusing.
I could see it.
Yellow flag, Optimus Prime in the Alpha Romeo, and Dr. Guy and I as well. But no one's stopping Touch Me Hope up front. He comes through the last couple of corners now, and it does look like he'll be taking the checkered flag at the end of this race. Touch Me Hope looking to win the season opener. Iwardy, I don't think he's done enough. Over the line, checkered flag. Has he done enough to win it?
Oh, very nearly.
Just about. Iwardy takes second place, and Touch Me Hope is the winner of Season 3 opener, the Belgian Grand Prix. Congratulations, Touch Me Hope. He's driven a fantastic race today. And, well, Paris, he's definitely managed to eat those words.
He certainly has. He's showed us, hasn't he? He's certainly showed us.
Yes, indeed. But this is what we've missed. That is what we have missed in the TakeOver Racing League. I hope you've enjoyed this race as much as we have up here in the booth. Iwardy takes driver today. Very good late performance of him. He's managed to fight back to take second place. Good start to the championship from him. He could try and win the title, try and run for the title again. But up on the podium then. Up on the podium it is Touch Me Hope from McLaren, wearing the yellow Otmir skin. He drove a lot on me today, taking the victory ahead of Iwardy and of the Alpine of Smoke and Cheese, if I'm not mistaken. That is Cheese there on the podium.
That was a very good race.
Very good stuff. Incredible stuff to start off this season. It's been a very enjoyable race. Like we say, we've definitely enjoyed it. Hope you have too. Paris then, mate, it's your first race up in the booth. How did that feel?
It's very good. It's good watching all the action unfold.
Indeed it is. Right.
Iwardy got the fastest lap point.
One thing I am going to try out, I'm going to see if I can get Touch Me Hope in the call for an immediate reaction if I can. So we're gonna call him right here, see if we can add him to the call. Oh, I'm messing things up. Sorry about that. Paris, I'm gonna have to cut you off briefly so I can get a reaction from Hope.
That's fine.
Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, here we go. We should be getting Touch Me Hope. If we can. Hello, mate. Well done. You've done it. You've won the first race of the season.
I have, yeah.
Great job. Yeah, it's your fourth consecutive race win, and you remain unbeaten, technically, in the TakeOver Racing League. So,
yeah,
congratulations on that. How'd you do it? That's what we'd like to know.
I don't know. Just a lot of luck. I think that's mainly the main part of it. Obviously, I had a very bad qualifying. I think that was quite evident. But pulled it back in the race, knew what I was doing, got a lot of help from a couple of people. So yeah.
We definitely managed to make us eat our words up in the booth because we didn't think you'd be able to pull it off after qualifying, but you've managed to fight back and you've done a very good job. So congratulations on that victory once again. Do you want to try and set up a title shot this season? Do you reckon this is you can try and take the title?
Of course I do.
Right.
I won't be racing if I didn't want the title.
That makes complete sense. Right, thank you for that. So congratulations, you may now go off and celebrate however you please, and we shall talk to you in a bit.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so there is a very pleased Touch Me Pope after winning the first race of the season. So yeah, so we bring Paris now back into the booth. Paris, how was that? Your first race in the TRL booth. What do you think? Give us a score out of 10.
It was pretty good, I must say. Certainly say.
So if you were to give it a rate out of 10, what do you reckon?
For me, that was almost the perfect race. I'd probably have to give that an 8.5.
Alright, but yeah, I probably have to agree with you there. So, but yeah, like I say, first race up in the booth, definitely a different perspective. Do you feel like a better perspective in the booth than on the track, or?
Yeah, you get to see more when you're in the booth. You get to see everything that's going on, seeing all the types of different strategies. It's very good to watch. It's good to be in the booth with you.
You too, mate. You too. And hopefully we'll be able to cover a few more races over the course of the season. So we thank you guys for joining us today for this stream of the TakeOver Racing League Season 3 Open of the Belgian Grand Prix. And we shall see you on our next race. So with that, we're going to end the stream here. From me, it's goodbye, and from Paris, it's goodbye. And we hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.